Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Max, and today I'm going to be doing my non-spoiler review for Spider-Man No Way Home. Alright, so this movie has been highly anticipated for years now. Everybody had questions after Far From Home of what would happen next in Peter's life, where it would go. I know a lot of the early discussion was leaning towards Kraven the Hunter and a storyline that followed the path that those two characters could take, but they ended up going a completely different route, bringing in the multiverse, really starting the multiverse of madness as we, know the Doctor Strange movie is coming up soon. And I think they did an incredible job with everything in this movie. Of course, I'm not going to get into certain things that are spoilers, but just going off of things we've seen in the trailer, all of the villains who return were fantastic, and they played into the characters they had before while still evolving those characters. Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin was even more, I would say, kind of dark and sinister, while also being exactly how he was in Spider-Man 1. Same with Alfred Molina. He really nailed getting back into the role of Otto Octavius, and also how he interacted, with the arms and stuff like that, as we saw in the trailer. And I think Jamie Foxx did a great job as well. And his character, I would say, was actually probably the most different, obviously, as we've seen in terms of looks, but also just kind of building off of the old character. There was a lot of the old character there, but there was the most story evolution, I would say, with him in this movie, and I really liked how they kept bringing layers to that character who already had a lot of layers to begin with. Now, in terms of the actual structure of the movie, I think everything was perfect. There were no slow parts, and even the parts that are maybe slower or more emotional don't feel like they're just there to, give you that side of a movie. Everything in this film is purposeful, and it feels like it's meant to be there. And, I'll get into it a lot more in my spoiler review, but there are just great instances of storytelling throughout this movie. Everything grabs your attention, everything keeps your attention, and you're really wondering what's going to happen next throughout this movie. And I think that's my favorite part of it. Sometimes you can go into movies and say, okay, I know what this is going to be, whether it's a Marvel movie, DC movie, or another genre. A lot of these films kind of follow the same path, and while there are, general story structure things that every Marvel movie has, that this one does as well, it really kind of gives a different dynamic as to the way the movie works in terms of how it flows as a whole. Like, I would say it has all the aspects of other Marvel movies, but it also brings in this element of urgency that I don't think I've really seen in anything before in the way this was put into this film. I would say it's like Avengers Infinity War or Avengers Endgame in terms of kind of the stakes or the way the stakes are presented, but there's a lot more urgency going on, I think, because of everything going on in Peter's life and how this is affecting people around him, how everything was pretty immediate. This is a little bit of a spoiler, but the scene was released online, so it's not like it's not out there. So if you haven't seen the opening scene of No Way Home, maybe click off this video right now or just skip ahead like 30 seconds. But the opening scene, which is the exact same one that was released to the public about 2 weeks ago, we see, the Daily Bugle report that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, and then immediately people start questioning MJ, who's on the ground, and Peter has to go down there. There's a crowd swarming. People are defending Mysterio already because, with what the Daily Bugle reported, it makes Spider-Man seem like the bad guy, and we all know how the Daily Bugle is. So, but yeah, it really is like this just kind of instant draw into the movie where you're not really setting anything up. It really is a continuation of Far From Home, and I absolutely love that, because one of the things I was worried about with this film is that it would kind of drag on a little bit with, kind of exposition and getting everything going, and it wouldn't keep the same kind of gravity and weight that we felt at the end of Far From Home, just because of how movies are kind of structured now. But I'm glad to say it absolutely did keep that weight. It kept everything going, and that really was throughout the entire movie. Like I said earlier, even at the slower parts are meaningful, so they don't feel like filler. They don't feel like anything that was just put there to make anybody happy or add to the runtime or anything like that. Everything is purposeful and everything is in there for a reason, and I think they absolutely nailed everything in this movie. I can't really say anything more because of spoilers, but my spoiler review will be out very soon. And yeah, I guess as far as non-spoilers go, I absolutely love this film. I'm going to see it at least 2 more times. I know it's already globally reaching like 600 million at the box office, which is crazy, especially in the day and age we're in. And I couldn't be more excited to see what Spider-Man does in the future. So overall, I would rate this movie a 9.5 out of 10, and that's just because I don't really give any movie a perfect rating, but 9.5 out of 10 is basically a perfect rating since I never rate anything 10. So that's about all I have for now. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.